was going to just start it in the middle of that.
Oh shit. Is it recording that?
Yeah.
Want to give a little intro?
Good, give it a little intro.
Hello and welcome back to Watch That Brick, a podcast with me, Adam. I'm joined today by the usual clowns. Backstreet's back. It's Brady.
What's up?
A boy who loves a bit of batter. It's Jack.
Hiya.
And a girl who lives in our hearts rent free. It's Carmen.
Hi.
We're also joined by a special. You like that one?
Yeah.
That was really good.
See, my aim is to like have, you know, in like Game of Thrones, whenever she has like all the titles like sequentially, I want at the end of this to have like just the first 15 minutes of every episode be just me saying your names.
Yeah.
It's also worth noting that we're joined by another special guest.
Oh.
Eimear.
Hi.
She was gesturing real hard there, which is great on an audio podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is that the best
What
high
about
you can
Siobhan?
get? Get a bit closer. I'm gonna get this Siobhan.
What?
I'm gonna get this Siobhan. Get closer to Mick and say hello.
Hi.
Yeah, well done.
Did that come out really loud?
No.
Okay.
Siobhan's also chilling in the background. She's not on a mic, but she can interject if she wants.
Hi.
Sounds a lot more elegant than the rest of us, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, it's not a high bar, let's be honest.
At least you can hear her.
It's the MP shagging Boris for me. Fun fact, Siobhan's local MP shagged Boris.
What does that mean? Like shagged him? Like fuck him?
Like, shagged him.
Is Boris like a
Shagged
bit of
him.
an animal? In the
He
sheets?
doesn't
Like
know how many
Boris
kids he
the
has.
animal.
Like Boris the animal?
Josh Boris.
He doesn't know how many kids he has.
Oh yeah, I heard about that actually. He's got like 9 illegitimate children.
Yeah.
What?
Tell you what, the mum must
Did
be
you not
packing.
know that?
No.
Scandalous, I know.
He doesn't have to be packing. Money
That's
does
like
money
almost
does
as
weird shit.
dramatic.
He's not even good looking, that.
Yeah, I know. It's like almost as dramatic
Do
as
you
like
think-
John Finucane peeing in the street.
Do you think maybe he had so many children, he's like, right, needs to stop, I'll get the worst haircut in the world to deter people.
Yes, that attracting woman.
Speaking of worst haircuts in the world, we cut her Jack's hair.
Yeah, with the
Do you know?
It was alright though.
I
Yeah,
actually,
I thought it looked nice.
I actually saw a headline saying that police were stopping people with good haircuts to question them as to where they got their haircuts
shit.
done.
We are in trouble.
Well, Jack's not in trouble.
God, you'd feel really crap if
Well,
they just walk right past you.
yeah. Well, Siobhan cut my hair, so if I don't get stopped, I'll kind of be a bit offended. Like, it looks well,
It does.
does it?
hmm
That's right then. I was
Yeah.
like, thanks for backing me up, guys.
I walk around proud of my roots.
Did you?
Dark brown
Your
roots.
actual roots.
Yeah, my actual
I'm
roots.
proud of being from West Belfast.
You.
What?
I don't know.
Okay.
Keep on.
Vamp.
Come in, cut them.
Every week. There's always something every week that Jack says.
I'm not gonna believe that though. I don't
You're
think
not?
so. No.
I don't even know what he said.
Yeah.
Good.
Last episode was the only episode so far where we've had bleeps because Jack decided to just
Yeah.
go through the phone.
He was
It
out
no-
of
wasn't me,
control.
it was Brady.
Yeah. I did it by
You
accident
did
though.
it once.
Yeah, I did it once by accident. You just went ham on it.
I feel
you
like
know-
I am the scapegoat of this house.
No, because we did have to have words with you last
Had
week.
to have words.
I know I was shitting myself. Brady was like, Jack, I need to have a word with you.
He cried.
Why did it, what happened?
Well, obviously I'm not
Well,
gonna
you
tell you
haven't
what he
listened.
said.
Oh well. Oh, Eimear,
Yeah, but
how
I'm
dare you?
confused, and I'll tell you why. Because the title of it was like, gonna bleep that, but
Yeah.
then there was an explicit sign beside it, so I don't know what the truth is.
Yeah, but I didn't bleep the explicit shit. It was non-explicit shit that had to be bleeped.
Yeah.
Sensitive information.
Oh.
Yeah, personal
Yeah,
info.
Oh, that makes sense now.
It does.
Yeah.
It's
I
good
was
that-
like, why is it bleep?
But I wasn't the only one guilty of it.
Yeah. Like I said, I did it, but you did it more.
it's good that
I'll
Eimear
accept
was
that
listening
much.
to the podcast though.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh-huh.
here's what it is though. The podcast is not any different to the shit that's put in the group chat,
Very true.
but it just has voices, which I hear when I read your messages in the group chat. So there's not really a point in me listening to it,
I
is
feel
it?
like we're way more engaged right now than we are in the group chat.
Oh, absolutely. It's dead.
Yeah. I'll pay
But at
attention.
least we changed the film.
No,
I
we
hope
did.
everybody enjoys
Yes.
10 Things I Hate About You.
If I ever
Bloody
talk,
Muppets Treasure
What?
Muppets Treasure Island's fantastic.
Our group of friends,
Yeah, but-
as you probably already know, do a wee movie review, and we're meant to do Muppets Treasure Island.
Yeah.
Thanks to Siobhan.
a far superior movie to 10 Things I Hate About You.
No, 10 Things I Hate You.
Did you forget the
R.I.P.
title?
Yeah,
Ledger.
I didn't say it right. It's actually a really good movie.
Yeah, it's unreal.
I love it.
Do you know that film only came out like 9 years before Heath Ledger died as well?
Only
Alright.
9 years.
9 years.
Only
yeah,
nearly
but,
a decade.
when he died, he was the Joker.
No, actually, when he died, he was in that film, what was it called? The Imaginary.
Yeah,
of
but
Dr. Parnassus.
he had already shagged your man on Brokeback Mountain.
No.
George, no, this is
Jake.
Joseph.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Is it Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
I always get him and Joseph Gordon-Levitt mixed up. Look very similar to me.
Huh?
He's in 10 Things I Hate
I
About
don't
You.
know.
So he
They
is.
don't look
So he
similar.
is.
So he is.
I
Maybe
think
that's
so.
why.
So he is.
Mad.
So he
So he is.
And they're both in the Nolan films.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
they
haven't
are.
But
seen
no,
it.
the last film Heath Ledger was credited in was that Imaginary of Dr. Parnassus.
I never.
It was supposed to be shite though.
He never finished it either.
No.
Oh.
I've never heard of it.
It was they got in like just randomly like Colin Farrell to replace him.
I don't see the resemblance.
No, like
Well, you swapped Joker for Penguin.
yeah, pretty much. It was weird. That's probably why it wasn't very well received,
Mm-hmm.
despite the fact the man died for it.
Well, like, oh, it was a bit grim.
Yeah, I know.
But was Cillian Murphy in it with Heath Ledger? I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
In The Dark Knight,
I feel like that's
Does
an
Cillian
iconic
Murphy show
duo.
up?
that
Yeah,
I
he does.
think I need to-
Yeah.
He's
No,
in
it's
the,
Cillian Murphy.
in the Garrett
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Scarecrow.
Oh yeah, the drug deal in the car park.
Mm. Yeah, and the word hockey pads. That one.
Not my diagnosis.
Yep.
What the fuck?
But I thought Cillian Murphy was very good in one film that we watched, In Time.
Mm-hmm.
It was lovely.
I think he was a
enjoyed him.
cocky shit.
But he was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a
Like
good movie.
always
He's so
leaving
cool
it till
and
5
everything.
minutes before he's about to die
Though
to get his wire.
he got shot. Spoilers. He got shot, and then he got on like nothing had happened.
Spoilers for a movie that came out a decade ago.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
it's
why-
only been out nearly 10 years.
But like, why did he just get on like nothing was happening?
See, we
Because-
thought that like there was a healing factor involved when you transfer wire someone time.
You thought?
You thought that?
No, he said it too.
I
Okay.
did not say that ever.
He has the better memory, me or you?
Me.
What?
Me.
Me.
No, you definitely said that.
Number one in your year.
Number one in memory,
Is that not like what tests do? You just test your memory.
essentially.
So if
Well,
he's tested better, means
That
his
was
memory's better.
that was first year though.
yeah, first
Not
and
second.
That was only a year and a half ago.
He didn't have a job
Although
at
you
the time,
have-
so it was just
Fuck
too
me.
long.
Well, I mean, my degree, my grade was only 4% worse when I did get the job.
That's
So-
right.
Alright.
That's still 4%.
Might as well just hang myself now then.
Off you go. Off you go.
Speaking of hanging yourself, is anyone else losing their mind? Because
Yes.
like the past couple of days, it's like really hit me that it's like been a year that we haven't been able to do anything fun.
I'm losing my mind, but like chilling at the same time.
Yeah, no, I'm
Because
just
I'm like, I don't have to rush home from the library and like have a shower, wash my hair, do my makeup, and pray for like 9 o'clock.
yeah. No,
What a burden you had there.
You know.
I was
Now I can just go home, lie on my bed and watch TikToks, and then make my dinner, and then come back to the living room at 9 o'clock to watch a film with the girls.
I was
On
chilling
Drag
for
Race.
most of this, and I don't know what happened this week. I'm just like, I want to die. Like this isn't.
It's really getting to me, bro.
It's not fun anymore.
I think we just got that.
No, it's not fun
No,
anymore.
we're
The only one who
advocating
knows
mental
how
health.
is Brady.
Yeah.
I would,
It's okay to be sad.
I would argue it was never fun. In the
Well,
first
No,
place.
it was fun.
It was
It was.
more not acceptable to enjoy it in
Yeah.
like April when it was good weather,
Yeah.
and like when you hadn't been doing it for a year. You had hope that it was going to end. See, if someone turned around to me and was like, "This is going to end for like 4 years," I'd be like, "Yeah."
It gets to the point where we would hear like the stupidest song like that. Fuck that Union Army like ballad from the Civil War, and I'm like, see if that came up in Limelight, I'd fucking go mental.
Or listen to like, what song was it? That was the last. Oh, you were there
When?
on the last. No, you weren't there. The last song that came on in Filthies at the formal was Seven Nation Army or something, and
Alright.
everyone
Right.
thought it was shit.
I thought it would have been Dance Monkey because
And
that's all
now,
I ever played.
and now every single time I hear that song, I'm like, it's so bad.
But like, if you think about it, in the grand scheme of things, if this lasted like even another year, that seems like a big deal to us. But that's 2 years, and that's like just
Yeah, but-
that's like a blip.
That's
But let's
Yeah.
be
that's,
honest.
that's like 2 years.
The
though.
most important part of your life when you're our age is just going out and getting pissed, and it's socially unacceptable to do that.
See, I
Like
was
go out to like Limelight midweek when you're like 23.
I was
means you're-
saying because of this whole lockdown, that gets pushed forward a year, so you actually have an extra year before it becomes socially unacceptable.
No, but here's what it is: you'll still be in the club with 18-year-olds when you're like 23, 24, and they haven't experienced it. Like, if this ends in like 2 years, that means the pandemic started when they were like 15, 16, and they'll be in the clubs. What's that all about?
What's wrong
Like,
with
that's my brother could probably be out drinking with us by the time we get back to normal.
Yeah, like that's really bad. I don't like
That
that.
shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So just uninvite Carmen's brother, unnamed Carmen's brother. Do you remember Daniel called them potatoes?
I don't understand. They're just human boys.
Like, boys.
Human
And you were like,
beings.
no, that's not fair.
Because it's not. Oh, they're lovely.
Human
I can't
boys,
wait
not
until they
potatoes.
turn 18 and I can give them alcohol.
That's a weird thing to be like excited for.
But like, because
I feel.
I didn't drink until I was 18 and
I remember that.
I was like, oh my god, this is actually so fun once I started getting into it. And I just think if they waited, how fun would it be to like go on a night out with me and get blocked?
Not very.
Probably not very
Do you know
fun.
what? I didn't think it would be fun, and then I went on nights out with my unnamed brother. I thought it was class. We had a ball.
It is.
Like, my unnamed brother comes drinking with us. Just in case
by
anybody
the way,
puts the pieces together.
If Eimear's parents are listening, you should probably get around to naming him at some point. He's like 24 or something.
He's 22.
No, fuck me. Like, same
Yeah.
thing.
It's not really.
But this is the thing I was asking Jack. Like, at what age is it unacceptable to continue going out?
It's never unacceptable.
It depends if it's like midweek.
At certain places.
So, like, if you're going to, like, Cracks 90 on a Tuesday, it's just uni students. So, like, it would be a bit weird if you were, like, 28 rocking up with uni students. Do you know what I mean? But if you're going, I'm really thinking about this, and I've thought about it before, but if you're going to, like, Limelight on a Saturday, like, Saturday you got a day off the next day, it's like,
Mhm.
it's like work people going out. Do you know what I'm saying?
But that's, I was 18 or 19 out with a friend, we were like around City Hall,
An unnamed friend.
an unnamed friend, and some randomer, must have been like about 28, was all like, oh right, where were yous? And we were like, oh, Limelight. So it was like Scratch Monday. It was like, oh, I remember those days. And I was like, why do you not go out on like a Monday night? What the hell?
He's probably
And
going
they
to
can't,
job.
because yeah, they go to work.
Yeah.
That's so crap.
Like, Brady can't even go out.
Yeah, 9 to 5 jobs definitely fucking suck for that.
I really don't want to have a 9 to 5 job, do you know?
It's great for
I
some
might
things.
just work in the red polo department for the rest of my life.
It's great for some things. Never work a Saturday, so that's pretty.
That's true.
It's pretty awesome.
My 7 a.m. shift tomorrow.
Why do we still? Why is like the 9 to 5 workday still a thing? Why has it not
I think I
changed?
could do like a 8:30 to 4:30. 9 to 5 just seems
Do you mean
excessive.
that in the
It's
sense
the same
of,
amount
like,
of time.
Working like 37 to 40 hours a week.
I mean, in the sense of like for all of humanity, we've had like a certain amount of hours we worked, and in the last couple of decades, technology has advanced like an insane rate, but
Mhm.
the work days have stayed the same.
Yeah.
Why? Like you'd think that technology getting better would make it easier for us to like go out
Yeah,
and
but-
enjoy ourselves more.
Take
But if
time
you
off.
work
Yeah.
the same amount of hours and technology has developed, that means the firm is doing more, so they're getting more money. It's all about productivity.
It's fucking. It's
My
capitalism.
entire degree is
One of
based
the
on
middle
this.
class in their place.
So like,
All I'm
I
saying
don't
is
have anything else to say.
people are always afraid of like all these automatic and like robots coming in to take your jobs and taking over factories. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why don't we just do that? Make all jobs automated and then just have like a party planet
and
where
just
no one,
vibe.
yeah, no one.
It's called communism, Adam, and didn't work out so well the last time.
Do you not think it's really
Curtain.
sad, like in shops now, how to have the wee
The self-service checkout.
self-service checkouts, and they're
I love
saying
them.
don't use them because
Super
real
easy to
people
steal.
don't use them because people who are working at tills are going to lose their jobs.
All right.
Because if you
Yeah.
keep going to that and using the computer, then
Yeah, but here's the thing: I don't want to talk to people.
I know.
Like I go to this wee Sandra. It's like right beside my work, and every time I go in, there's someone standing at the counter, and they're always like, "Here, use the self-service." They just don't want to serve like
Yeah.
anyone.
I didn't know they had
Yeah.
self-service in that one.
Yeah.
It's just whenever they're like, "Do you want a bag? Give over if one wanted to bag of the last one.
Nah, solidarity with the kiosk workers and all.
We were talking about this the other day. Like, I went to one of the shops and just buying all my stuff, and then the wee girl was all like, "Oh my god, I love your coat so much," and I was like, "Oh my god, that's such a nice compliment to give." Like, it put a smile on my face, and I'm like, why am I not going to like people my age
See,
in shops anymore?
it may just be me, but I get suspicious about that.
Why?
Why?
Because I always think, like, I look and stuff.
What?
This reminds me of, remember we went...
She's got to steal
right.
your coat.
I'd be like, I got it from such and
No,
such. There you
because
go.
remember we went to Edinburgh and we went to like this restaurant and it was like food was really
Oh.
good, service was really good, but like we didn't like talk to the waitress and all, and it wasn't like out of the world.
Uh-huh.
But at the end, like she came over and started being like really nice to you,
Sat down next to me and
start being like and talking about like your bag and stuff, and like I was
Love
like,
that.
oh, that's very nice, and she handed me the like the card scanner thing, and it was like, you know,
That's a
tip.
bit sauce.
It was
all,
like
do you want a tip?
yeah, it was like tip amount, and I was like, you salty dog.
That's
Shame
kind
me.
of good though.
Wasn't
I
it?
kind of love that.
Because obviously, like,
The drip
boys pay
It's real.
Like, you come to the wee girl and you're like bigging her up, and then
Yeah.
the boy can't turn around and be like,
I want each of you.
Zero.
Because also in your head, you're sort of like, yes, I'm not going out with an unfashionable like
The thing is,
Trump. Like,
I have no problem like tipping people, and like it's obviously hard to make money, but I don't know, felt kind of underhanded. I want you all to guess how much of a tip I left.
I'd say
I think I know.
69p.
$5.
10%, like 10%.
Was it a fiver?
How much was the bill?
I don't know.
How am I meant to guess?
I'm
that?
so rich, Eimear, whenever you get to my level, well, you don't have to remember these things.
Well, how am I meant to guess? Is it like in percentage wise or
Oh
like?
my god, Eimear, I just gave her like I didn't do the percentage in my head. I didn't.
How am I
You
meant
just
to
had
guess
to like
then?
give a tip.
Right, well, Brady got it was a fiver.
Yeah.
I also said fiver. But I knew
Fiver?
that.
Mm-hmm.
Not me. Don't you give me a fiver, and I'm your friend.
Brady is a big tipper.
I'm sure you would be.
Yeah,
Yeah, you are.
Wow,
I am.
that sounds
No,
really weird.
I just like sometimes see him on Uber Eats and he's all like 15%, and I'm like,
I've
wow, you're good for it.
never once given 15%. I always give 10%
Oh,
because that's what you're supposed to do,
Yeah. I
and
don't
because
do it,
that's
like-
the
But
minimum.
you see,
And I mean, if some dude is legitimately driving to my house from a fast food place that is a 2-minute walk away, I'm gonna tip him.
sometimes 3-4 times a day.
Yeah.
You see, Brady has to like maintain his level on that app. It's like a game for him now. So it is. If he stops tipping, his rank goes down.
see on that service, Uber Eats,
Yes.
are you getting any of like the January deals? Like
Oh, yeah.
25. Are you?
Yeah.
Because I keep getting them, but I was like, is it because I'm not like ordering as much from them? Do they think, oh, I'll give it to her? I didn't know if they were giving it to you.
I think they just give it to
I don't
everyone.
think- I don't think the app makes like a conscious
Yeah.
decision.
I see.
I think they give it to everyone to encourage them to use the service.
Good job.
Yeah, thank you, Uber
Yeah.
Eats. I would be probably dead without you.
You'll be dead
Or
with them
you'll
as
be
well.
dealt with it.
Yeah, but it'll probably take
I
longer.
said first.
Though I tried to use my 25% Uber Eats discount. Was it yesterday? It didn't even work.
What do you mean?
There's only
bought a Belgium.
certain eligible. Oh, well,
And
Belgium should
I
be.
know. And it didn't work. I was like, excuse me.
Listen, we're all gonna be fine in like 2 years' time whenever Belgium starts sponsoring us.
Oh yeah.
We get burritos
It's
every
my
night.
absolute dream to get free food
Like,
on this podcast.
I'm not even a member of this podcast, but I've known you longer than Jack has. So I think if they only give
Weird
4,
flex, but okay.
if they only give 4 tickets, I should get the 4th one instead of Jack, because you might be thinking in your head Daniel should get one then, but Daniel also made Carmen cry, so
Daniel
I
also
think it should
like
happen.
went along with the whole Pringles thing that he won them for a whole year.
Hold on.
Oh,
See,
he's
you
trying
say
to.
you've known them as longer than I have, yet Demons don't know much about you. They know a lot of stuff about
it's not
me.
my fault. I'm elusive.
Aloof.
What?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
What?
What's elusive?
It's a wee bit like mysterious.
Right, so.
And then
Do you
aloof is
think-
when
It's
you're...
more like
Maybe I'm
unattainable.
just not a big show off like Jack.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about that?
I mean, we all
Can't
know
show
you
off.
are though.
Yeah, I kind of am. But just for my friends.
I know that you have a
Everybody.
dog.
Oh yeah.
Aye, I know
That's
you have a
pretty
dog
much
because you
all
never
I
fuck
know.
up about
That's
it.
because he's class.
What's your greatest fear, Eimear?
Are we being honest?
Yeah.
Human trafficking.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was a lot more honest. Than
That's a
Yeah,
good one.
but I only know that because I said it earlier to someone. I can't remember who.
like the concept of human trafficking, or that you will be kidnapped
They're
and
both.
trafficked.
Like taken. Like, I look like my dad's Liam Neeson. It really scares me. Like, it actually terrifies me.
Oh my god.
No, I'm genuinely being serious. I think about it all the time.
See, in your car,
Yeah.
whenever you get in, do you like
I check
put
my
the child
back
lock
seat.
on?
Oh yeah.
Do you? I
don't put
don't.
I lock the doors. Like,
I don't.
why not? They're there
I
for a
just
reason.
don't think about it. And then I'm like, what
I
if I'm
check
on my
my
own and
back
someone
seat
gets
before
in?
getting in the car.
I don't. I love a wee dangerous life, so I do.
We live on the edge.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I check my back seat.
I don't. I see with a hammer beside
That's
my
because
bed.
you're a male.
Because of course.
You have a hammer. Brady
better.
has a hurdle.
Yeah.
Jack has fairy lights.
He does.
Nada.
To accommodate a fifth person, we aren't recording in Adam's room like we normally do. We're in Jack's room.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
And
I,
it's not much bigger. to
it's
be
not.
honest.
The
I
only
don't-
reason we ever did it in Adam's was because he has a load of LED lights
Yeah,
and we
sweet
like them.
LEDs.
And Jack was like, "Oh, I've got lights as well," and it is it is one string of fairy lights above his window.
I think my fairy lights are lovely.
What is it with students and fairy lights?
It's just
they're
homely,
they're
isn't it?
lovely.
They just make me feel safe.
What percentage of the market do you think, of like the Faraday market, do you think is contributed to by students?
Well,
At
I
least,
don't
like,
think I know
like
a
80%.
student house
No.
without fairy lights in it.
There's obviously students, teenage girls, and then women
Yeah.
as well. I have 2 sets of fairy lights around my bed and LED strip lights, fairy lights around my mirror, and also a wee rose teddy bear with fairy lights around it.
Lovely.
Somewhere out there, there's a firefighter listening to this having a heart attack.
You were talking about. You have a hurdle as defense.
Yeah,
You have a hammer.
Mhm.
I had a crucifix because
Jack.
Jesus isn't going to save you.
Because
The
I thought-
intruder
I
is
thought-
already beside you.
I thought that my bedroom was haunted.
Oh, we not talked about
I can't
this.
believe we never brought this up. It was like
Let's talk about it.
the week we moved in here. Jack was probably the most reluctant of us to move in.
I mean, do you see him? Do you hear who I'm living with?
Yeah,
Yeah, your mom.
and so I had
Nice.
I just had a
Was she
walkie-talkies from walkie-talkies from something completely unrelated.
Yeah.
Just happened to have them.
We already had the walkie-talkies on hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and me and Adam got here first, and we're sort of inspecting the room. And there's
Notice
a wee,
there's a little hatch
yeah.
up above us.
There's also a hatch behind there. There's like an old chimney stack. No, not chimney stack. What's the word for it? Hearth.
Fuck about
Sure.
it.
But we decided to put the walkie-talkie in Jack's ceiling.
Like the
And then-
equivalent to like the attic.
Yeah, and then it wasn't even like a night or two later. We started playing weird noises
Right
through
away.
it.
Wait, you actually have an attic? I live in our attic.
I don't know if it's like a habitable attic.
I don't think it is.
Do you know, in my last house, we went on a night out and adopted a boy on the way home that I actually knew him. This isn't a dodgy story. I actually knew who he was. And he crawled up into our attic and found loads of like pots and pans and plates.
Sounds a lot
And,
like
like-
human trafficking to
Yeah.
Eimear.
Do you know what I mean? Terrifying.
Taking a
And
boy
he
off the street and
found like
stuffing in your
a
attic.
quilt in our attic and like things that people used to live. And I'm like, what if there's someone up there? What if it's like I was gonna say what if it's like Anne Frank?
Oh, no.
But
I
like
can confirm she's dead.
but like
Can you?
What
Have you
if-
seen her body?
have you seen
You're
her
right, you
crippled
got me.
corpse? But like what why are we up there?
I don't know, people just leave shit.
Yeah.
Do you ever get like, there's moments, does this ever go through your heads where something creepy presents itself to you and you think, if this were a movie, if I did this action, I would be dead. Like
Yeah.
I was looking at my grandmother's attic one time and I just saw in between like the ceiling and like the floor of the attic, there was just like a pile of leather bound books, like dusty books, and I thought, maybe I'll like grab one, read it, and then I thought, no you fucking won't, so I climbed back down the ladder and walked away.
I thought you were going to talk about like how in horror films they slowly walk down corridors.
Yeah.
to see,
Yeah,
but
that's right. So
Adam
I
has like demonstrated this
Yeah.
on multiple occasions.
I have a foolproof tactic if I'm ever in like a horror scenario, where they're like walking through like
Hello.
a creaky old house going hello and they're like open. what you do is you just don't give them time to scare you.
Yeah.
You
Scroll
run
them back.
You just run. You keep on the balls of your feet. You run through into every room. Have a quick look around. 1 second, you're done. Up the stairs. You keep running.
Oh, is that why you did that when we moved in?
Yeah. That's what I do. Because if they don't have time to scare you, they can't do it. Because it's always like a really well built up like jump scare that takes like a few seconds to get going.
Yeah.
If you don't give them a few seconds, they can't get going. Fuck you, ghost.
When we finished with the ghost, the haunting of Jack's bedroom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we played spooky noises through it.
No, I knew something wasn't quite right because you could hear that it was really shitty audio, like muffling and all. So I was like, "This is."
You were convinced.
Yeah, you were.
No, I had my doubts.
You told your ma.
I asked the landlord.
Oh my god. That's right. He asked our landlord, and our landlord like looked at me like puzzled, and I was like, "Yeah, there's some weird noises." And then Jack went upstairs, and I turned around to our landlord and I said, "Yo, by the way, we're playing a prank on him." And he just looked at me and went, "That's horrible."
I told the girl in my work who knows Jack's mum, and I was like,
Oh, lucky her.
oh no.
I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Like, I need to go back and tell Aisons to
We can
like
believe that if you want.
tell Jack in case his mum finds out before he does.
I don't really know what to say after that.
Nah, I definitely told my man the first night. Like, I heard something. It was like, do you know what the sound was? It was the girl going like, la la la.
Oh yeah.
Right?
We were watching Terminator or something, and we just decided to play that.
That's right, because
Oh,
I
so
remember
funny.
coming downstairs and being like, "Jesus, I heard something again."
No.
Then you did it whenever we all went to bed. Adam pressed it again and made sure to be like, "Yo, I heard that too."
Yeah. You see, yes, because if you victimize yourself, then it's more believable than
Yeah.
it dares you to do.
Mm-hmm.
We're great actors.
I was near enough, like,
You were gonna, like,
requesting
go
that
home.
you sleep beside me.
So what did you get for it? Just a crucifix?
No, I didn't get anything. It was a joke, Carmen.
Oh.
Fuck's sake.
Right.
I didn't get anything. I was hard.
I thought this place was haunted, and then I realised it was just the neighbours next door running up and down the stairs.
I don't believe in
That's
ghosts.
actually
So. Does anyone here like humour like their belief in ghosts? Does anyone here actually have a belief?
What do you mean?
Not-
Humor.
Not really.
You know, like
Sometimes
obviously,
I'll think, yo,
obviously,
You know-
there?
Do you know this one time? I'm so sorry for interrupting you, but I think it's a funny story.
Well, tell
So-
it into the microphone, please.
So, like, do you know the way energy has to change from one form to another? So, like, when you die, your heat energy goes from your body into like the air.
Uh huh.
So, like, this girl tried to convince me that changing energy from like one form to another was what are you doing? Was the spirit leaving your body, and she was like, so you know the energy has to change from one form to another, so it changes from your mind to like a spirit, and I was like, that's not how it
Well,
works.
you hear that argument pop up where people say when you die, your body gets lighter, and they think it's like the soul.
No, it's
in your
because
body.
you let all the gas out.
Exactly.
It's just because you're fart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that why?
No.
I don't know, man. I kind of want to believe in ghosts.
Same.
Do you
I
ever
want
get,
to.
At this
thought-
at this point, I just want there to be something interesting happen in my life.
COVID, please.
Do you know
Yeah.
whenever you're like falling asleep and you like fall in your dream
And
it,
you
like,
jolt
shakes-
awake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read apparently it's like an angel coming to take your body, but
Oh my
then it
God.
drops you.
I had the weirdest fucking
Cute.
experience the other day. I woke up at like 4 in the afternoon because that's what you do during these times. And
That's what you do during these times.
yeah, and there was a good, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds to a minute. I just didn't know who I was or where I was. I was just like a complete amnesiac, and it took me like lying back down and like focusing for a bit to be like, okay, no, I know what
It's
I am.
probably the fumes from your bed covers.
Maybe.
Wow.
That's my greatest fear, Alzheimer's. So it is.
I
Yeah.
can't get on with the concept of spirits and all because if you bash someone's head in with a hammer, because like the spirit should be independent from the body.
Hypothetically, of course.
The spirit should be independent from the body, but if you bash someone's head in, they're not gonna be like, oh, what was that? They'd be like, so like, so like,
Yeah. Should have cut that.
Strawberry
Or-
daiquiri came out of my nose.
I
No,
don't.
let's keep it just in case the police need it.
I literally heard that bubble through her system.
like that. That was worse.
We're
than the
tracking
Coke.
a new serial killer. We call him the.
Coca-Cola.
What sound do you reckon? Maybe you got your skull caved.
I think if I was getting my skull caved in, I'd be so disorientated that I wouldn't make a noise.
Yeah. What was my point? My point was, so it seems like your consciousness is dependent on your body and not on some other force outside your body.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
I can't get on board with spirits.
But I'm like Brady. I want to believe,
Yeah.
but I just can't.
I want to believe, but I'm a strong believer in photo or it didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah, and
Okay.
there's no photo from people I know of people that have seen a ghost now.
You see, it's always a
or it didn't
photo, but
happen.
it's always a photo of like an orb of light, and I was like, shit,
Yes.
you see that orb of light? That's a
And
ghost.
you're
Like,
like,
no,
no.
My ma used to be like, that picture's full of orbs, full of angels, and I was like,
It
no.
could just be like a cracked phone screen with a wee light.
Like,
It's
in it.
not the amount of fucking dust particles in the air
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you can't.
The thing I love the most is like whenever you were younger, you had to go with your mum everywhere, and she would like bump into your friend,
Oh,
and I was like,
The
"Oh, it's
20-minute
gonna be
chat.
so boring." But then the friend was all like, "Yeah, my house is haunted." You're like, "What? Tell me
let's
more."
listen into this.
And just like really strange happenings, and then she was like, and then one night I had to just grab the kids and run out of the house, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Jesus. Have you ever?
What happened?
Well, I don't know. I've not seen her since. Maybe I killed her. I don't know.
It's really anticlimactic.
Have you
I don't know,
was
but
it?
I just love it.
Shit, that cliffhanger. Have you ever went to, or would you ever consider going to a medium?
A medium?
Yeah, you
What,
know,
like call me in jail?
like
Is there anyone here called John?
you know,
Me?
yeah, you know, like people like kind of like not fortune tellers, but no, like psychics, quote unquote.
Oh yeah.
I don't really want to hear about how disappointed my granddad is in me. So
Do you know what I mean? Like, but here's the
No.
thing. See, whenever you see those people, like many of those come up. It's really controversial to say in this room on my For You page on TikTok, and it's always these wee like hippie girls like shuffling their cards.
oh yeah,
And then the cards come out and they're like, so this person is thinking of you, they're coming back into your life. And in my head I'm like, I don't know a single person who would be thinking about me. Like,
no.
I-
it just doesn't make sense to me.
Don't think.
And
I've
then
never used hard
and then they'll
cards.
be like, you've attracted this person to love, and I'm like,
No,
what?
I haven't.
like, unless it's Siobhan, I've got nobody.
I really like don't want to find out about my future, because then I feel like my life would be so limited. If you just don't know, then you can never be disappointed.
Oh, believe me, you can't be disappointed.
Oh yeah.
But like, if someone goes, right, yeah, so you're gonna have like 2 kids, you're gonna end up divorcing your husband, you're gonna have
Shit
like
one for Adam then.
quite a sad life for a while, and then maybe like you'll find someone in your 50s and you're like, right, okay.
See, but that's the thing. I don't think that people can tell the future at all.
No.
I think it's much
Brady
more.
can though,
Aye.
with 100% certainty.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I can't tell the future. I can just say
No, but you
with
say
100%
something.
certainty you're not going to die tomorrow.
But you don't know.
But you can't prove me wrong. Is the point I'm getting at?
But you can't.
But you
prove
can't
yourself
prove
right.
me right.
The
I
bur-
can.
the-
We can wait until tomorrow and we'll see I'm right.
The burden of
No.
proof is on the one making the claim. That's how the argument works.
Yeah. So let's wait until tomorrow and see if you're still alive.
But that's not evidence.
But then
just
that's at
happenstance.
least certain after the fact.
See, if I die tomorrow, you're going to be really skundered.
I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm talking about Jack.
So you
If
don't.
Jack dies tomorrow, you're going to be really skundered.
You will prove me wrong then. You know, I'll take back that claim.
Jack, go stand on the road there, will you?
Don't count me.
What would happen if like a couple of us went to a medium and pretended that like one of the other ones died? Do you think they would go along with it? Like, do they
I-
do research?
I
So like if
do
three
think
of us
like
showed
Can
up,
we make a plan
We
to
could
like?
fake a funeral, like on Facebook, like a wee in memoriam post.
That's
Go.
no. That's
Yeah,
not
no,
it.
Let's not do that.
you're way too in depth already.
I'm talking about just showing up, like making an appointment, or whatever, just showing up, and like you go in and you say, "Oh shit, our friend, you know, Brady died recently."
But here's what it is. Is it the people that read your hand?
What did I die of?
Because if they're like telling the future,
Certainty.
Certainty.
if they're telling the future, but because of your hand, and they're like, give me a wee backstory. If Adam goes in and reads the palm, and then if Jack goes in and is like, oh, I'm in love with Adam, like she's gonna give a wee story about how
Oh shit.
what's gonna happen with you, but she wouldn't know because
She'll
you've
be-
gone first.
She'll be so convinced. See, me and my
Do you know
dad,
what I mean?
me and my dad, we have a system where we made a pact Because I'm assuming that whenever you die, you get to like you basically know everything about your life up until that point.
Right.
So we made like a pact that if one of us dies, we go to a medium and we have a specific sentence
Oh.
we'll say, and if they can reproduce that, then I'll believe 100%.
Burger King
Talk
foot
to
lettuce.
you.
Oh my god, that's actually
That's
such a good idea.
really
I'm gonna do that.
And the thing is, I don't even think he remembers it, so that'll make it like doubly true.
So if you die and he goes and he's
and
like
they say something,
and he's like KFC's better than McDonald's,
that
they're gonna be
is
like,
an example of something that could have been said. Yes,
that's mad. Does anybody want to do that with me?
I had.
I don't want to die.
Alright, right?
My family has like a weird history of mediums. I have an aunt, and she was saying the other day, and she went to a medium, and they told her that she's the reincarnation of an Egyptian princess.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
But it could be the one in the Ulster Museum.
Oh shit, she could be.
Yeah. What do you call her?
Takabuki.
Takabuti.
Why do you know that?
Takabuti.
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 Takabuti or Takabuki. Oh, can't
Does
remember.
anybody want to look it up? Can I look it up with this beep 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 on the system?
Takabuki. Should I talk about the time a priest came to my house?
Oh god,
He was
Yeah.
You mean the time you were
Eugene.
exorcised?
this
I
was
wasn't exercised.
this
Is
was
this
like
not the time you were nearly a victim of assault?
No, because everyone was in the house.
It's called Takabuti.
Takabuti.
There we go.
Yeah.
What about the priest?
No,
no.
I just
Oh,
always look back on that night and I was like, why the fuck was he there? Why was he throwing holy water over my bedroom?
It's quite nice.
Yeah, he had all the biscuits too, scumbag.
Is he still there?
He's in prison because he actually did turn out to be a pedo.
Jack.
He
Remember-
told everyone in St. Cairns he was going to Poland, but he wasn't. He's
But
going
he-
to.
He's
He's
going
gone
to
to
Cash.
prison.
Do you remember you actually told that to us? It was like first time we'd all seen each other since like the first lockdown. Jack comes in, he's like, yeah, so my old parish priest is now in jail after throwing
It was the
holy
week.
water
It
in
was
my
the week
room.
before your birthday, so it was.
Was it?
I'm never sure.
Yeah, so it was. Yeah.
That was crazy.
Time, eh?
That was
Michael?
whenever you were
Time.
like, "Do I look like a cow?" Because I told people that they could sit on the grass.
Oh! Yeah. Yeah, I was really bitchy back then, wasn't I?
What do you mean back then?
I was gonna say back then.
Anyway, do you remember your birthday?
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. Who
Who
up?
threw up? Guys, I'm genuinely being serious. I'm not going to be annoyed. Tell me who threw up.
I wasn't there, so I'm out.
Yeah.
It was not
Guys,
me.
the only 3 people who would have thrown up are you 3.
Untrue, because
And there's an absolute vomit splat the next morning in my driveway. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Because it wouldn't have been anybody else.
why?
Because I know they were with me at all the points.
One
Ryan
fella.
literally farted himself awake. He would have fully admitted if he threw up.
He also
But-
drank a concoction of like 16
Yeah,
different
like the
spirits.
dead.
Yeah, but so did
Stern.
Aiden. My unnamed brother.
Leave it if you want. For fuck's sake.
I mean, it doesn't
Is that
have
a
to
yes?
be bleeped. It doesn't need to be
Do you want me to
bleeped.
believe it?
No, it's alright.
Okay.
Why
He's
would it
gonna
need
be
to
all
be-
pissed with that.
Why would it need to be bleeped? I mean,
Oh.
you haven't said your second name yet, so it's just
Yeah.
2 random siblings.
Yeah.
I mean, me and my sister, we have the exact names as a brother and sister who lived up the street from me. So the
Sounds
exact
a wee
same.
bit like you're copying.
It does,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
I think she did, but she said.
I was gonna say, who was
call
born
him
first?
This name.
Demons. We copied them, and then my sister got attacked one day by another girl saying that my ma was cheating with her dad, and it turns out it was the other people up the street.
No way!
Yeah.
Did the ma and dad also have the same names?
Yeah. No.
No.
No, they had just heard.
But it was all
So-
like, are you such and such? Yeah,
So
it's your
my-
brother Adam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so my sis, so our names, let's say like
Wait.
X and Y, they were like, are you X and Y? And she's like, yes. She's like, your mum was sleeping with my dad. My
Was their
sister's like,
surname the same though?
yeah,
Was your surname?
yeah, their surname was, but the parents' first names weren't. The
Okay.
children's were the exact same as the name of my sister.
That's crazy.
That's fucking nuts, man.
That's crazy. And they told my dad said, never get my hopes up like that.
See, normally you deny that sort of thing. Like, you wouldn't be like, no, there's no way one of my parents is cheating. But instead, this girl was like, no, my dad's cheating, and it's with your ma, or the other way around.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it
a
was a
bit
big issue.
scandalous.
Yeah.
I always wonder how people like address the topic
Of what?
of like
Infidelity?
affairs. It just
But like in a
With
normal
who?
relationship, or like
yeah, I do. What do you mean that? It hasn't personally been called out in my family. That sounds really bad.
Yeah.
Is your mad in the dirt?
No, my mum and dad are happily separated for 14 years.
See, we are getting to know you.
Yeah, there we go.
Surely I've told you this story before. I can't say
I
this on
didn't
the
know that,
podcast.
but yeah.
Well, no, my parents have not cheated on each other. In
Okay.
case anybody wanted to know.
So wait,
Okay.
what's this thing you just are alluding to, you and Siobhan?
I don't know if it's. We'll say that was involved in adultery.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For-
I do know that.
40 years.
What?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the suspicions are, but obviously it wasn't addressed because
Is this grand?
dead.
Okay.
The one who was cheated on is dead, which is very convenient.
Yeah.
Fine.
So you can't get the truth out of the one who's alive. Is
Oh,
it,
I can't. I just don't talk to him. 'Cause
it's
he's a
gonna be.
wanker.
It's probably gonna be a deathbed confession.
Yeah, I feel like it was.
Oh, he will not. Like no one's gonna be at that deathbed for him to confess. Like
Oh
he's
really?
gonna be
Yeah,
dying by
all
himself.
this bastard
That's so
children might be
bad.
there.
I can't believe I'm saying this. That's bad.
Strawberry daggers do mean things.
That is brutal.
Just
Drinking a
hope.
coke.
Oh shit!
I am driving home.
Well done. More restraint than any of us.
I think it was probably easier to cheat back in the day.
Definitely, but no.
Yeah,
it
especially when your
obviously
wife-
was.
Yeah, because like you hear of like sailors who have like a wife in every
No,
port. Or whatever.
it's easier and it's harder.
How's it
because-
harder?
No, but whenever your wife is like a strong Catholic and doesn't want to admit to like breaking one of the 10 Commandments,
No,
that's
but
like-
it's like
it's
so,
like the
social
shame.
media. Because back then, it's so easy to meet people now on social media. You know, say you're in a committed
Just say you have a
relationship.
dating app. Jack, have you made one?
I know. But
That's
say,
another topic for
That's another
10
topic.
minutes from now.
but say you're in like committed relationship. Maybe you're married, got a couple kids, and then on Facebook, you know, old high school flame, something like that, and then you start cheating.
Are we talking about Cobra Kai?
I'm just saying, we might be talking about Cobra Kai, but it's so easy to do it that way, where you couldn't have done that years ago, and now
Yeah.
as well, social media.
There's
Something goes wrong, that shit gets posted all over
there's
social
so
media. You
much
get found
now,
out.
like in terms of social media that like is involved with cheating. Like people have been like, if your partner liked a girl's photo, would he be cheating?
No.
No, but I know no. But some people say yeah, and
But
you're like,
do you know what really confuses me though? Like, say if, God forbid, I get into a relationship. Do you know what I mean? I'm
That'd
not
be
gonna.
horrible.
I'm not gonna look at like Richard Madden's photos on Instagram and be like, I'm not gonna like this, because I
no,
will.
but this is what I'm saying. Not
'Cause I will.
celebrities, but like normal people.
I like the idea.
Aye,
of
but think of how many friends that you have that are fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Like Adam's not gonna be like "Ugh," every time you go to like a photo.
I just don't do it. I've just been like an invisible.
Like my
woman.
friends would upload a wee selfie and I'd be like, beautiful, XO. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stunning pose.
But this is
pics.
the thing, because the definition of cheating, like back in the day before social media, used to be, you know, so obvious. But now,
Yeah.
because Jack, I think me and Jack were talking about it earlier, like OnlyFans, would you count that as cheating? If,
Yeah,
like, say you're a boy and your girlfriend had an OnlyFans account and was making money from it, would you count that as cheating?
Nah, it's a job.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Would you personally be cool
If
with
it's
that?
if there's feelings involved.
But say
Then no.
you're going with a boy, and he's subscribed to some girl's OnlyFans.
Oh.
Is that cheating?
Well, no one's gonna be sexy. No, I'm joking. I was gonna say no one's gonna be sexier than me. I don't know.
But it's like the same. The wee girls on OnlyFans, if they're local, are probably more attainable than like porn stars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But you're actively like paying them for a service.
Bless you.
Well done.
Was that picked up on the mic?
I don't know. I'll listen
Fuck
back.
that shit, Bob.
Just in case anybody forgot.
Yeah.
We daiquiri burp. That was quite funny.
But
what were you
it just it has been
So,
weird. Just
so
thinking,
is cheating like a physical thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 100% it's physical, but that doesn't mean that.
Does it
non-physical
have to
things-
include sex though? Like if
No.
you did everything but had sex with them, like if you like treated them like, I don't know, you were in a relationship with them but you never had sex with them.
Yeah, I'd
does that
say
count
that's
as
cheating. Yeah. Why
Okay.
is that wrong with me?
No.
I don't know.
I think that's quite
awesome.
normal.
I agree with you.
So if Adam
Yeah.
was DMing Dua Lipa, perhaps,
For
perhaps,
example.
perhaps he is.
we're talking about attainable people here.
I
You're
mean-
right. Well, if I was texting too late, would you be angry at me?
I mean, I've been brushing up on my Kosovian or whatever.
Just say,
What?
for example,
Kosovo?
Carmen gets a
Kosovo.
bumble. That's cheating to me.
Is it?
Yeah,
Why are you?
because she's
pursuing?
made a bumble. Why?
Do you know what's not
She's
cheating
got
though?
the intention of pursuing somebody else.
Do you know what's not
But
cheating?
it's
If
her
Jack
intention.
gets a bumble.
Yeah.
Yes, Jack. When are you getting the bumble? Do you know I listened to
Was
the
that
first
was that
episode-
10 minutes from now? Were you right about that, or
I hope-
5 minutes give or take.
Oh right, well,
unlucky?
we'll try.
I'll let you kid.
I actually listened to the first episode of this podcast and heard Brady talking about his bumble, and that Jack was going to make one. And I was like, do you know what? See, for when I eventually get on this podcast, I'll download one so I have a fun story, and all I have is a voice note from an English guy.
Wow.
I'm not going to play it though, out
Yeah.
of respect for said English guy.
It's one more than me, to be fair.
Yeah, but you don't
Do you
have a
prefer
bumble.
Bumble to Tinder?
No, because I have the message first. But usually I do it at the dinner table,
But is that not?
where we all converse and see what to do.
See,
I
I love
also
that.
do it in my work group chat.
I love
Well,
that
Brady,
the
I
girls have the
did
message
did
first.
match with you and I didn't message you.
Yeah, that's
so.
true.
So did
Actually.
Evie.
Yeah.
So, sorry about that. But like, it's usually you think of something to say with your friends and then you send it. But I feel like boys don't do that.
Do you
They
feel?
just send it.
Do you feel under pressure whenever, like you have to make the first move?
No.
No.
Well,
I mean, you're only after saying
see,
you do, so.
no. But here's the thing. I feel like I'm not funny enough.
Yeah, but
To,
would you
like-
judge on Tinder? Do you judge guys opening lines?
Yes, 100%.
Well,
It's whenever they
you know, I guess
message
it's a
you
bit hypocritical.
just hey X. Like I'm never gonna message anybody that because like what? That's shit. That's
Well,
awful.
what was you messaging?
What have we said to people before?
I like your dog.
I like your dog.
I like your dog.
I like your dog. Oh my god, I matched with this fella on Tinder called Bryn. And I messaged him. I don't know if any of you have seen that episode of Gavin and Stacey where Uncle Bryn's like, it means hill in Welsh.
Yeah.
And I messaged him being like, hill in Welsh, and he didn't reply to me.
Peanut
I was
butter and jelly.
Like, I was like, that's such an icebreaker. And then I matched with some other fella called Bruce. So I messaged him saying, fish are friends, not food. Did he reply to me? No.
Well, what is he to say to that? Ha ha ha. Hey, X.
Yeah. I'd be like, that was really
You're
funny. I've
literally-
never heard
you're
that
just
one before.
feeding him quotes.
You must be really funny. Thanks, I am.
So, in your ideal scenario, he would say, ha ha ha, I love Finding Nemo. You're really funny. Where does
Yeah.
the conversation go from there?
You talk about Finding Nemo, talk about your favorite
You
Disney
talk
films.
about fish.
And then,
Yeah.
and then you talk about that TikTok trend where they're like, apparently you're meant to look like your boyfriend's favourite Disney princess.
That's debunked because my favourite Disney princess is Mulan.
Well, Carmen's a wee bit Asian. No,
What?
but like, like, I don't know. Like, so basically on Bumble, there's a wee section where you can like send a question and then you answer it and the other person answers it. So that's mainly what I do, just to make fun of people.
Tell me an example.
But there was one and it was like, what's a conspiracy theory that you believe in? And I'm dead convinced that the moon landing wasn't real. No, I believe
But-
that. No, shush, before you say
believe.
anything. Before you say anything, I believe that people have been on the moon, yes, but I don't think the footage is real, and I'll tell you why. The flag is waving. There's no moon. There's no wind
It's
on the
not
moon.
waving, it's
It's not
propped up by a
waving.
parallel bar.
There's a wire on it because they're like, right, why don't we go to the moon and put a limp flag
Yeah, they're
on a
like,
crater? No,
Well, still, it just doesn't make sense to me.
why?
Don't do that.
to you.
And like he's all walking all funny. Like that's not a moonwalk, bro.
Have you ever been to the moon?
No.
Well, then, what's your beef?
But has he? Evidently not.
Yeah.
Nope.
People
just
say
don't
Stanley
believe
Kubrick, like,
It's just a bit
directed
dodgy.
it, didn't it? I'm trying to think if
Also-
there's a
And
I'm
conspiracy.
also-
he
also-
said,
Princess Diana, 100% killed by the royals.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, obviously.
100%
yeah,
killed by.
That's probably
Bush did 9/11. There's another one for you.
I don't know.
I also have a theory that
I don't think Bush is smart enough to do 9/11.
well, his
No.
people are, his Senate.
the Republican Party? I don't think so.
Yeah, I've written off from his Senate.
Yeah.
What was I going
But
to
I
say?
think it was an inside job. I don't think it was.
There's
Actually, I
corrupt people
actually have
everywhere.
family who died on 9/11. Actually,
Do you?
yeah.
Really?
You know a fella.
No, I have family who died on 9/11.
Who was it?
My great aunt's daughter.
Your great aunt's daughter. So she's like,
R.I.P.
So she's your great cousin, second cousin,
Great
third
cousin.
cousin.
It's great cousin, I think.
no.
Well, we've just made it, I think.
Yes.
Stanley Kubrick said, though, how could I have done that? I was in London that year.
Well,
You
Yeah.
can still film it.
Mhm.
No, all
That
good
just
studios are in
sounds-
Hollywood.
what's another conspiracy theory?
See,
I also think, what do you call that? The race car man that did the
Yeah.
skiing.
The race
You know,
car
people-
man that did the skiing.
Michael Schumacher. I'm dead convinced that he's actually dead. Have you ever seen him?
Dead?
Yeah, because he was in a coma for years, and I'm like, who stays in a coma for that long?
Is he not still in the coma?
Yeah, and it happened in like 2013.
Yeah.
Like, I reckon he's just been lying there dead for a couple of years and no one's realised.
We went to Daniel's like leaving party before uni, and his dad called me Michael Schumacher.
I had no idea.
Anyone got a clue why? No.
No.
Not really.
Speaking of
I don't know
people
who it was.
who may be dead or who may not be, the Avril Lavigne conspiracy theory.
That's mad.
Avril
Yeah,
number two.
That's
That's a
mad.
good one.
She is not Avril. Absolutely
I
not.
feel like I'd need to see direct comparison photos.
Oh, not photos. I fucking need a birth certificate, DNA.
Yeah.
What about the Britney Spears stuff that's happening?
What's happening with her?
Oh,
Where
like
she's like seems
We
to
all
be in a
know
really bad state and is
that's
like
not her
imprisoned in her home.
voice.
Was
It's like
this
her dad.
not
join
like
the
10
rest
years
of
ago?
us.
No, it's like now.
Alright.
The whole like
she like makes Instagram posts and all, and like
So-
it seems really distressing.
So like, she's in a bad state in her home. So like the entirety of the UK
No, but
join the back of the line,
No, but
Brittany.
there's these Instagram posts and she'll be like she'll like dance and sing, but like you should watch these. Like it looks like she's being forced to.
Have you guys seen Trisha Paytas?
I have no idea who that is.
Oh my god! I need to show you videos after.
there was a podcast.
Trisha Penis.
Paytas.
Pianist
Alright.
that I've been listening to, and apparently, like, she has her own wee podcast, and there's just a lot of stuff. Apparently, she's bought like
Who
Domino's
is this
uniforms.
person?
They were. Do you know Shane Dawson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, she
the
was
YouTuber.
really close. Yeah, friends with him, and she's had like her own wee career. She was on a Celebrity Big Brother over here, I think. I don't understand her.
Who are you talking about?
Trisha.
Oh, Trisha. Yeah. Love her. I
I
don't
don't
really.
We'll show you after. Like it's mad.
So somebody on TikTok like commented on one of her TikToks being like, "Why do you say that you want to lose weight, but you keep eating fast food?" And she's like, "So this is a really good question. Keep them coming in. I really like questions like this. So I have something called an eating disorder and something called body dysmorphia, and I've also got 3 diagnosed mental illnesses. So thank you." It's so weird. She actually has a breakdown like every day. She also has a new band called Sad Boy 2005. If anybody wants to go listen
That's
to
a
it,
pretty good name.
you should join it. Sad Boy 2005.
That reminds
Yeah.
me of a similar name
That's the last time I was happy.
when you were 5 years old.
Yep.
Pretty sad. Reminds me of that James Acaster's like newest comedy special.
I
you know,
love James Acaster.
It's a similar tale. It's probably the best how I've ever heard. It's Cold Lasagna, Hate Myself, 1999.
He's so funny. See him on the Great British Bake Off, where he was like,
Stop
started
making it.
had a breakdown.
What
It-
I just chucked a load of salt in
I
it
was
for a
like
laugh.
watching something. I don't know if he like had a plane or something, and he was like jet lagged or exhausted, and then he had to go like right onto that and start
Who are
baking.
you talking about?
James Acaster stand at the Cancer British Bake Off. That
Yeah.
episode.
And he was
Apparently
like,
he was just exhausted and had to bake and didn't know what to
I
do.
think he talked about it on.
I did because I
Yeah,
saw
he has
that.
a podcast with Gamble.
Oh,
Off
menu.
Menu. It's a class podcast. Absolutely.
Shout out to our competition.
I mean,
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I'd
it's
be
really
I,
got
I,
nothing on
I
this
dream
setup.
that in 10 to 15 years we're in any way competition.
Do you know what Sungate needs this week? Everyone?
What?
£500
Getting our-
£500
in our bank account.
Good for you guys.
Even
For uni
Siobhan's
student.
getting it.
Even Siobhan?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to
Well, just in case anybody doesn't know, obviously they wouldn't know.
yeah, give them a
Siobhan is
breakdown.
from England, studying in Belfast, and an MP from the north.
She has also
Um,
been sitting in the corner this entire
yeah.
time. We probably
Um,
haven't picked her up.
An MP from the north has decided to bring it to Stormont to give every student
in
in
Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland £500 to live,
So,
and Siobhan's getting it because she's studying here. Happy days.
Indeed.
but the thing is, like, I'm grateful for getting it and all, but it seems like the students who really need it aren't getting it. If you know what I mean? Like, it's students who aren't who maybe are from here, who are living abroad. They're not getting it. International students who are trapped here aren't
Well,
getting it.
yeah, but like Siobhan is paying $9,500 a year for
Exactly.
tuition.
It's such a
Yeah, well, I mean, that is true. So I was going through some of the comments on the BBC's post about it, and like one girl said, so just because I'm from Northern Ireland but studying in England, I get nothing. even though students over here pay a third of what I have to pay
Well-
every year. Makes no sense. What I say back to that
Take it
is,
up with the British government.
Yeah.
right now, we're not talking about long-term debt, because £500
Yeah.
isn't going to suffice for anyone
Yeah.
after uni.
£500
We're
won't last a
talking-
week in this house.
We're talking about...
£500 is like nearly 2 months' rent though.
No, but
That's
listen, this
big.
is like the short-term debt. We're talking about people who are
Yeah.
struggling right now to pay bills or to pay rent. It's never, even for us, if we're only paying £4,000 a year, £500 in the long run is going to do nothing for us anyway.
Yeah.
We're talking about right now at this moment.
But this is the thing. This is what annoys me, because this is essentially just like a landlord grant now. Because
Yeah, right
People-
enough.
this will
yeah.
be going straight to landlords.
Yeah.
All it pretty much is hush money.
What I do understand is it probably is stressful because people from here that are living, like us, we live, 10-15 minutes from our parents.
Yeah, like we're living.
But they can't even like go home if they
Yeah.
need to get fed.
There's people who are
Bills.
stuck who like
Yeah.
aren't from Belfast. Like we're definitely we're not victims here because we're living
Yeah.
out of not out of necessity but out of want.
Yeah,
We're
out of
living
an
out of our
experience.
parents'
Like,
houses.
yeah.
Like if we wanted to this year, all of us could have been living at home.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't. It just
But-
annoys me because
yeah.
it's really not gonna.
So,
yeah.
another comment.
Jesus, Eimear.
I thought girls don't burp.
Oh,
Another comment was, so students get an £800 fine if caught partying, like all the time. If you pay it early, it's £400. So still £100 up. Jesus, is there a single brain cell left up at Stormont?
Oh shit.
well, that's
And then-
alright then, lads. We can just have a party and it would be
But
free.
between
No,
like
but-
the 5 students in this room, we could
Right.
we could definitely have a massive party.
We could have a severe gaff, like.
Yeah.
But then
Anybody
someone replied and said, why bring Jesus into this? Leave him out. He's suffered enough.
Where did Jesus come into that?
They just said, Jesus, is there a single brain cell left in Stormont?
How
That's
would
quite
Jesus
funny.
know?
That was quite funny. So, overlooking Carmen's shoulder when she was reading her notes, I saw that she had a note on the ick. And let me
Oh.
tell you, the
Oh,
ick
fuck
is
the ick.
real.
God.
And
No.
I have Siobhan as my backup here. The ick is
I've
real.
written the ick. Ridiculous. Made up.
No, it's not.
It
No, it's
simply
not. It
is
is
not real.
simply right. So, do you ever get when you look at someone and you're like, ugh, in like a certain situation?
No.
No.
No,
Boys in dressing gowns.
No, I've got a bone
Gross.
to pick with you, okay?
High
Because
Pick it up.
schools.
to me, the
Dressing gowns.
definition of a nick, what I construed it to be was something that makes you cringe or would put you off a potential love interest.
Mm-hmm.
But you just seem, it just seems to be, in your eyes anyway, something that you don't like or that just makes you cringe in general.
The things
No.
you were
They're just
saying,
made
Eimear,
up scenarios.
the things
No,
you
but
were
I
saying.
said
No, no, no.
examples. They weren't
What
all
have you said?
mine.
But like, well, even that, an example was if a if a lad like slips in the shower and
That one
grabs
was
onto
Eimear's.
the wall
Yeah.
to hang on.
No,
What
see
do
to
you
be
want them
fair,
to do? Smash their
I-
brains.
I understand that, but it's just I don't know. It's just the concept of
But
them
you're
falling.
never gonna see it.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
I don't know. I
You
had
can
this
only
conversation
know.
in work with Rachel. Shout out to Rachel. And I asked Rachel, "What's your ick?" And she said that, and I was like, "Yo, I kind of understand that. It wouldn't completely put me off someone, the thought of it, but I understand.
They'd be dead.
Well, let them
If
be
they
dead. It's
didn't
their
hold
fault.
on
For...
to that wall, they're just gonna.
They're
die.
not. But the thing is, they're not going to hold on to the wall. They just slip down it.
Is it?
I
Like,
saw
it
one on
just doesn't work.
I saw one on TikTok and it was like a gay guy who was like, you
Taking
know,
the photos. The man
Yeah.
taking the photos.
like
yeah.
just imagine guys who like just pose in front of a camera taking photos like
Yeah,
and
was it?
I'm like,
Yeah, it's kind
how,
of gross.
how else do they take a fucking photo?
No, it's not even the taking the photos. I didn't understand the last one where they were taking the selfie, but it's whenever they like put their wee head on the pillow and go to take it like that.
What
That's
about
stinking.
you? Have you ever like posed for 10 minutes straight to get a photo?
Not on Snapchat.
I have.
Not on
But I
Snapchat.
have.
I take photos literally showing my nose and forehead because it's like here, it's my angle. I go on, I look at myself and I'm like, I'll send that anyway.
Pretty good.
Like, accept me for who I am. I'm not gonna pose for 10 minutes to send a Snapchat.
No, but I did.
But that annoys me. Being like turned off or like a cringe feeling at someone saving themselves from sitting in the shower.
No, but
Makes
this
me
What,
is
was,
the
what were
main
your
one.
other ones?
Dressing gowns, vile. They just, I don't like them.
How dare you?
But like,
That's
just
got one
God
hanging
forbid
right
the
there.
wee lad gets cold.
Wear a hoodie and sweats.
No,
Yes.
Nah.
I don't stand
Yes.
up for people.
What
What
about
was my
hoodie?
other one? Siobhan's was boys with ear piercings.
I want to get my ear pierced.
Yeah, I'm
so sorry.
my sister pierced my ear over Christmas actually.
Here, do you know me and Avine actually walked past your sister
Oh, did you?
on the Lisburn Road, and I was like, "Oh, that's Brady's sister," and Avine was like, "What? She's so hot though."
Ooh.
Like, and we got home and Evelyn was like, we saw Brady's sister, go get up our Instagram. So we were going through your sister's Instagram and be like, oh, look at her.
That's really weird.
Yeah, well, she has hot though, so it's fine.
Okay.
Back to the
That's
ear
what we know.
piercing thing. Siobhan, is it any ear piercing?
Come closer.
Yeah, especially just one. One is like 10 times worse.
Why?
I just don't know.
Hey, Siobhan.
It's
Hey, Siobhan.
it's not that I
Hey,
don't like.
Siobhan. Speak up.
It's not that.
Come in.
It's not that I don't like men who are in touch with their feminine side. Okay.
Well, you're assuming that ear piercings are feminine by default.
Well, society has made them feminine, unless you're a pirate.
She also said
Oh, what? So only pirate men?
she
can
also
wear
said she doesn't like people with nose rings while sitting in front of me and Evelyn who
No,
have
I-
nose rings.
It was in an ick
Offensive.
context.
Oh yeah, well,
Like, you know when you
I
see
can
on
always
Love Island,
remember.
they've got the nose ring and...
I think it's just people on Love Island.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
that's true.
do you know
Apart from
the
that
photos?
rugby guy.
This is Greg.
Oh,
Yes, Greg,
oh, yes.
Do you know what really is the one? Do you know whenever they get a photo shoot in the gym and they've got their tan, like their fake tan, and they're posing like this and all, and they've got like the back photo, or they're taking a photo and their backs to the
But
mirror.
what I say to that is, like, you only have one life, you only have one body. If you think you look great, go ahead.
Yeah,
make a
go
photo.
it. But like,
You're gonna be wrinkly in 10 years. May as well enjoy yourself.
it's just. I don't
See,
vibe with
because
it.
if,
I'm a judgmental person.
if
Guys,
that's the
get
case,
over it.
I find all selfies to a certain extent cringy
That's right.
and off-putting.
I understand that.
I just think it's weird.
I don't. I think I look great. I love myself.
That's true.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, well, we can agree to disagree on that. I think, we're a pretty good time. I think we should end this before I piss myself.
Yeah?
I
Yeah.
told everyone to go to the toilet.
We
It's
did.
been an
Liar.
hour.
We
Has it been
still
an hour?
haven't made Jack's Bumble.
Jack, you gotta make
I
this.
mainly came
we never
here
will.
to make Jack's Bumble.
Well,
I'm
you know what?
disappointed.
No, we'll do that. We'll do that off air, and then we'll come back next
Talk
week to
about
see how it
yeah,
goes.
Yeah. Let's not make
Nothing
Jack's
will be
Bumble now.
done off air. The only thing that's going to be done off air is me having another beer.
Okay.
Well, give a wee shout out. Recently we've made a YouTube page as well.
Have we?
Oh yeah, that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go
I forgot to
subscribe.
tell you, I did that.
Just goes to show you how involved I am with this.
I was
You
like,
hate it.
I couldn't sleep one night, so I thought, why don't I put all this on YouTube? So I did that, and it was
Nice.
awesome.
Not really any extra content. It's just...
It's just the same.
But
But if we get enough subscribers, maybe we will make content.
Maybe the next
Nah,
time we
you know
shave
what?
Jack's head, we'll
You know
put it
what?
up.
I don't want any subscribers. None. I want it to stay at 0.
Is this reverse psycho? Well, it's alright at like 2 or 3.
Adam's ick is people actually liking him.
Yeah.
Before we talk anymore, let's shout out to our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends.
Let's
They've got that
shout out to the
hot orc one
sponsor,
with Jack Wills.
Gadunka from Bionicles.
I'm gonna bleep that.
Why? Not
Is it-
seen it. Have you not seen? No, I'm not going to go into it.
It'd be funny.
So yeah, use honey and
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And Audible as well.
It has
Okay.
been really great having you two girls on this week.
This did not go as badly as I thought it was. I thought this was going to be a train wreck.
That's really.
No.
It's just a
better-
car crash instead.
It's 100% been better than Daniel.
it's gonna be...
Daniel
Oh.
keeps volunteering
It's,
everyone.
it's maybe not as dramatic as Daniel's.
I don't know, because I think
But
my
I didn't
ears-
spend 20 minutes talking about furries, and I know someone who lives with a furry.
Oh.
I
That's
think
actually true.
Daniel's gonna listen to this episode and come for you.
That's alright, do it.
Be
Do it, Daniel,
prepared.
you've come for me before. You can do it again, but
We-
you're in Dundee, so you can't spit in my face.
We
Please
can
stop.
we can have you fight on another podcast. That'd be
That's-
really funny.
Do you know
Oh,
what?
wow,
It's
that would
funny
be
though.
fun.
I'll just cry in the background.
Okay, please, I'm bursting. Adam, fucking end it.
Why don't you pee in the corner?
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.